So just really how to get involved with us and our work. We have discussed this a bit already with the Q&A earlier, but the main things are, if you are local, you're very welcome to refer people to Growing Together. As discussed earlier, we have reduced the amount of sessions, but we are still open during lockdown 3 because of the rules around therapeutic groups. But we've reduced our numbers to 6 people per session, entirely outdoors, so nobody's allowed indoors at all apart from to use the composting toilets, and shorter time. It's an hour and a half session, so we're obviously doing the social distancing and hand sanitization and everything else, but we really encourage people to be referred in. I think the more referrals we get, the more we can evidence the need. We don't want to build up waiting lists, and that's the last thing we want to do, but the more that we know that people want and need the service. And as Louise said, so many people still don't know about it, and it is so frustrating because we've been there 20 years, but we're in the Southend Echo regularly. We're very active on social media, try to connect with people as often as we can in many ways as we can, but we're still needing people to know that we're there. So if you'd like to be an advocate, share what we're doing locally, that would be wonderful. The other thing is the replication that we've discussed already. So we're looking to share our operations manual, build that up so that it is shareable, replicable, develop training packages and online learning. We've got an online Moodle learning platform that we're going to be developing courses, so wherever people are in the country they can access those resources. Also consultancy and support for people, so that to talk people through the journey of developing Growing Together in their area. Collaboration and learning, I think, is really important. We don't have all the answers. The world changes, the world evolves. Connecting different gardens up, connecting different projects up so that people can learn from one another is going to be as important in this as anything. And then John mentioned the data collection and analysis. So Katrina gave a lot of the stats from earlier. We use CharityLog as our data management tool, case management system. We use a few different verified tools, the Short Work Edinburgh Mental Wellbeing Scale and other scales. And as Professor Jules said earlier, the more evidence that we have, the more we can show the difference that we can make to people, and also the more we can then begin to lobby and influence government, the NHS, other funders. So I think the more we can collectively build this evidence base, the more we can put resources into this sort of project. So that's it. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you so much for giving up your afternoon. There's my email and contact details, but various the other team have put their contact details in the chat too. So you're very, very welcome to contact any of the members of the team and link with us, talk to us, share what you're doing. We'd be really interested in hearing about the sort of work that you're doing and how you're developing and evolving your therapeutic community garden projects if you're in other areas. And yeah, really enjoyed you being on this conference, our first virtual conference, trying to get it as real to a normal conference as possible. But it's, yeah, obviously a challenge in these difficult times. We didn't know we'd be in the middle of lockdown 3 when we did it, but probably the best time to start thinking about green shoots of recovery, really, and the spring and hope. And I've certainly got tiny little snowdrops peeping up through my in my garden now, and daffodils coming on their way. Really, really nice to see that sort of spring and hope and recovery, and hopefully we'll move into slightly warmer, more pleasant times. So the various questions saying, are we going to share the slides? Yes, we'll share the slides, share the videos on the YouTube. I've got Professor Jules Pretty's academic study that he's produced as well, and we can share that. The evaluation's all on our website too, so you're very welcome to use that, share that, come back to us and ask any questions. And thank you ever so much for coming this afternoon.